Okay, so we are here today to talk about um, a crime that happened in Wakefield, Virginia, with my friend Laurel, and she is going to tell us all about it. So, and how it
Yeah.
affected her and all the other.
I'm
Sound
gonna
good?
wait. Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
wait 1 second and make sure that everybody can hear me too.
Okay.
You might hear yourself for a second.
We're doing a sound check since my boyfriend is at work right now.
Okay. I can hear us both.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. I'm gonna try not to cry because even though, so I didn't know the victim of this case, like personally, but I know her family. And also like we're just such a close knit community that like even if you didn't personally know someone, like you know someone who knew the person. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to not get emotional. Okay, so on October 24th of 2023, we're a one stoplight town. Like we are very small. It takes you could walk from the start of Wakefield to the end of Wakefield in like 2 seconds. So, we woke up on the 24th of 2023 and everyone's phones were blowing up. Like the whole town was going crazy. If you walked into the gas station, everybody was like, "Did you hear what happened?" Like it was crazy. It was like chaos. So it turned out that, and we have some clips from where the news went out there that morning. But the night before, or like early morning hours, um, right down the street from where I live, Miss Judy Baldwin and her husband Danny um, were up. I guess they were awake. They had to have been. They had their garage door open, and in Wakefield, like we used to leave our doors unlocked. Like we didn't have to worry about stuff like that. So I guess their garage door was open, and two intruders came in. I guess to steal something. That's because we had had a lot of robberies going on in the town. Like the sheriff's department had been telling us, like lock your doors, lock your cars, whatever. So we knew that stuff like that had been happening. But I guess two people went in, and I just learned this information. We didn't know like any of the details until a lot of this stuff I didn't even find out until like 2, 3 days ago, like the actual details of it. But apparently, um, Danny, Miss Judy's husband, I guess saw intruders come in and they shot him, I believe once, that the first time. And then he yelled back to his wife, Miss Judy, and I forget the exact quote, but we'll watch it. But he yelled to her, like run or whatever, get out of the house. And I guess in order for her to get out of the house, she would have had to have gone like toward the intruders. Like there was no back way out, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. As soon as she came out, they shot her. This is new information. Shot her in the head. She died instantly. And then they also shot Danny again. So Danny called 911. And of course, everybody heads out there. Because again, we're a small town. So like everyone was like headed out there immediately. Um, and like I said, she died instantly. They rushed Danny to the hospital. He somehow survived. I don't know where he was shot, like on his body. I'm not sure about all that. But he ended up in the hospital for like, I don't know. I think it was a lengthy stay. But of course, like the whole town is like freaking out at this point. Like we're losing our minds because nothing like this has ever, I mean, we've been here for 17 years. Nothing like this or even close to this has ever happened while we've been here. And I've never heard of any, like before we moved here, I never heard of anything ever happening like this before. Again, I mean, we had like the little burglaries and stuff like that, people stealing stuff out of your car, like, I mean, annoying, but whatever. But nothing like to this extent. So when I found out who it was, I know her granddaughter really well. And even if I hadn't known her, like it just hit the whole community like really hard. And of course, people were like gossiping and making accusations and saying, just like spreading false information here and there. Like everyone was confused and they were just like spreading a bunch of extra stuff that like wasn't even factual, because as you can imagine, like in a really small town, like you're going to get your facts wrong and then you're going to share that and then they're going to share it. And it's like the telephone game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just chaos and confusing. So right before the 1 year anniversary of her death, we still didn't have any answers. The sheriff's department was very quiet. And again, in a small town, like our sheriff's department has not really dealt with things like this as often as, you know, like big cities. So we weren't getting any information from them. We didn't know what was going on. So my husband and I offered to do a vigil up at my husband's shop. And we did that on the 1 year anniversary. And there still is a lot of frustration from the community and her family toward the sheriff's department, because right after, or it might have been a little bit before, but it was like within hours of the vigil happening, because we did it right on the main highway. You cannot miss us. The sheriff's department put out that image that I sent you. Can you pull that up?
Yep.
The one that it showed like the persons of interest.
Can you see it? Oh, hang on. Let me move this over here so I can. Oh, not that. Sorry, malfunction here. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, can you
Cool.
see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Got it. So yeah, so it took a year just for us to be able to see those images, which a lot of the community, and I'm not going to speak for anybody, but I mean, it's like a well-known thing. A lot of the community was very frustrated that it took a whole year and a vigil for us to finally get that information, because it maybe if that had been released earlier, maybe the clothes that they were wearing were still present. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? They're probably long gone by now. Like the clothes are gone and evidence and all that. So there was like frustration around that. And then this past
video evidence could have been retrieved from people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because they went and we saw them pulling surveillance like stores and everything. So they were actively doing that stuff, but there was just still a lot of frustration. And it started out, originally it was like a $12,000 reward. I think it was the 18th maybe, we did the second vigil because we still don't have answers. We still don't know who it was. And then when we did that, right around that time, it had increased, well, before the vigil, but it had increased to a $50,000 reward. So, which is like a huge, that's a lot of freaking money. So I'm glad that it's like, it's building up, and I feel like hopefully maybe that will motivate someone to talk, because we'll pull this up too, but even the sheriff.
I wish we could see the way they walked,
I know, like a video clip would be helpful. Yeah. But the thing, the general consensus, I think, with everyone in the town and the sheriff's record, I love the sheriff. I love the sheriff's department. I just think, everyone knows it. There's a lot of frustration going on with the community, between the community toward the sheriff's department. And I don't believe that they had brought in like any state investigators or the FBI or anything like that originally. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think that they did, because nobody ever heard anything about that until just recently, where for the 2nd year anniversary, finally we got a little bit of information when the news came back out to follow up on the story. They said that I guess there are state investigators involved now and the FBI, which is a huge deal, because like it has to have, like, especially after it being 2 years,
Yeah, you want to throw everything at it.
Right. And so the general consensus is, like, I think from the whole community, is the person who did it lives in the community. Like, we really believe in our hearts that the person who did it is still here. And if they're not, their family is still here. People that know them, and some details had to have slipped. There are people here who know what happened.
Did they come in and did they take anything important?
I never really got that information. See, that's another issue, is like, we're not getting much. We're getting a little bit more information now, but like off jump, it took a year just to even see those little, fuzzy photos. So I don't I don't know. I could find out.
Yeah,
But I,
that would be
I,
nice to find out.
yeah, my thought is that they probably got in there, maybe didn't expect for anybody to be there or something. They panicked, shot, and didn't even take anything. You know what I mean? I mean, I could be
Yeah,
wrong, but
but it just seems targeted to me.
right, yeah. Well, and oh my gosh, there was this one rumor that was so crazy. I'm not even gonna like spread this info, but there was a crazy rumor talking about like a family member, blah 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 blah, and nobody believes that for 1 second. But it, I don't know. It's
Well,
just
and sometimes people can be unwittingly involved in things if they know, if they go to work and they're talking about, oh, you'll never believe my mom just won 20,000 at the casino last night, and
true.
they're like I said, unwittingly knowingly passing off information,
Yeah.
and
No, that's true. I never really thought about that either. Yeah. That, I mean, that's possible. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they were very like humble. They lived very humbly, you know. But I mean, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. That could be. Who knows? But we don't know because we're not getting any information, you know, which is frustrating. But even like I said, one of
you're cutting out. You cut
oh,
out after even. You said even,
oh
and
Lord,
then that was it.
I don't know what I'm saying. I need to check my internet connection. Nope, that's the better one. I forgot to turn off all of the other devices in the house before we started.
Do you have a maybe next time you could plug in at hardwire or something.
A what?
Like the actual plug, you
Oh,
know?
like the, oh yeah, yeah, like the
Yeah.
internet cable type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Yeah, that could help. Let me look here and see if I,
But you've been doing pretty good this stream.
oh, okay. And here's like one of the really like, I don't know, like one of the things that makes it, doesn't make it sadder because it's sad either way, but so she had, I believe, two sisters. I don't want to be, but I'm pretty sure it's two.
Oh, you stopped at
Oh,
you stopped at two sisters. Sorry.
oh no. Okay. No, you're fine. Um, so one of her sisters is her identical twin. So they look like cannily, uncanny. They, it's uncanny how much they look like.
Mm-hmm.
So she even says in her interviews that it's hard because like she can't, like she already has to grapple with the loss of her sister, then not knowing who it is. She could be shopping in the grocery store, or any
Mm-hmm.
of them could be shopping in the grocery store, and the person in line in front of them killed her sister, you
Yeah.
know? And then
Or it could be the guy that cuts her lawn or whatever. You know.
exactly. Exactly. And like that's so frustrating because like I said, we know that that people are here that know. So it's like who can you trust? And then on top of that, she looks in the mirror every single day
Mm-hmm.
and she sees her sister. You know, like that's brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we could play
Yeah. I think it's this one.
Investigation. Okay, we're told
Oh
the
wait,
first to go
maybe
down
not.
was an MH60R.
Oh, I think maybe they're.
this might be the newest one.
Let me refresh it because I think it started playing and then it went to playing other stuff.
Okay. I think there's like 4 news articles or new you know, like interviews in total, but I only sent you the ones that were like that we were actually talking about.
Would it be one of these from like 3 days ago?
Tomorrow, October 24, marks a sad anniversary in the town of Wakefield.
Okay, actually,
2
hold on.
years ago.
I'm gonna send you this one. I think this is the one that you should play first because this was from the first vigil.
Okay, yeah.
If I can get it to pull up. Oh, it won't. Okay. Why won't you let me? I'm just responding to it. And then you should be able to click on it
Okay.
and go to that one first.
Whoops. Oh, here we go.
Ultra-realistic voice cloning has arrived.
Jesus Christ.
Expand your workflow and reach global.
Wakefield community continues to mourn the death of one of their own. Judy Baldwin was shot and killed 1 year ago in her Wakefield home.
Those responsible still on the loose. Just this week, the Sussex Sheriff's Office released these photos of the two persons of interest. But it's only frustrated some family and friends even more. Chantel Davis spoke with them at tonight's vigil, and she joins us now with the story. Chantel?
So the family is absolutely frustrated because not only are they mourning the loss of someone they held close to their heart, they feel that the sheriffs held onto those photos for way too long. But even so, they're still hoping to get justice for Judy.
Dozens in the town of Wakefield sway from side to side, singing hymns and holding candles as they remember Judy Baldwin.
You know, try to get the word out that it's only been a whole year now, and you know, we have no answers.
Just 1 year ago, police believe these two people you see here entered Judy and her husband's home just before midnight, shooting both of them and walking away with a few items. When deputies got to the home, they found the couple. Judy was pronounced dead on scene. Her husband rushed to the hospital, seriously hurt, but he survived.
It's been a rough year because my sister was at my house. We had a day of cards, and she would bring her friend from Wakefield, and we'd play cards on Wednesdays, and I don't have that anymore.
We light these candles for Judy, remembering the way that she touched our lives.
Many at Thursday's vigil reflected on the many lives Judy touched, calling her a bright light and the center of the family.
Such a kind person. She brought flowers to everybody.
Everybody knows her as Miss Judy. It's just the younger people my age know her as Miss Judy. She was so good.
Her absence leaves a hole in their heart, and with the offenders still on the run, the community remains on edge.
I've armed myself. I have literally lost sleep over it for an entire year. It keeps me up at night a lot of the time.
And her family, disappointed by the investigation.
We're very frustrated. They haven't been forthcoming on anything. We have to call them. And basically they're just saying, you know, we're close. Yep.
Now we reached out to the Sussex County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. Because I'm just on a little lag. But yeah. And another thing, like I said in that interview, like we as a collective community have had to start locking our doors, arming ourselves, taking precautions that we never had to take before. And it's frustrating because it's I don't want to say it ruined our town, because I don't think that's possible. We have a really good community here, but I will say it fucked shit up. It kind of made everyone look at everyone differently, and you know what I mean? And I just want them to be caught. You know what I mean? That's all that I care about right now, is them being caught and, you know, being brought to justice. That's it. That's all I want. Well, and then did you see her sister?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They had to have touched a door handle or something to get in. It doesn't look like you know, they're in bunny suits trying to get in there or anything.
Yeah. Or shoe prints or something. And I don't want to say that like I said, I love our sheriff's department. I love our sheriff. I think they're great, but my concern has always been they haven't experienced, you know, a lot of murders and a lot of crime scene evidence gathering and stuff like that. So I'm not blaming anybody, but I think everyone would feel better if we saw something hey, did you actually collect any DNA? Did you collect anything? You know what I mean? I feel like that would make us feel better. Even if the answer is no, just tell us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's frustrating. I want to see, there's the other video is where the sheriff said kind of what I've been saying about the divide in the community. And I think it's this one, but let me make sure. Yeah, that is the one.
So you know people in her family?
Yeah.
What about her kids?
I know her daughter. I don't know, like, I don't know if how many kids she had and everything. I'm sure my husband could tell you because he grew up with Miss Judy's granddaughter. But I know her daughter, and then I'm pretty sure it's another granddaughter that I've only gotten to know them after the murder. But I've known one of her granddaughters for a long time because our kids have gone to preschool together for like years. So that's how I know her. And like, I'm a photographer, so I've taken pictures of these family members for a couple years now. So I see them, like I talk to them, but I don't know. I think it's a pretty big family. So I don't know like all of the ties in it. And I don't know if I sent this video. Actually, maybe I did. I found out in the most recent interview that Wavy TV did that her husband has not gone back to the house a single time, and he can't I've yet to see him anywhere. If I saw him on the street, I would not know that it's him because he's like very private. Like I would never recognize his face, which I mean I don't blame him. Like after what happened, like I would be scared to go anywhere, But that's in this.
I don't see a video in this article.
Let me see. Oh, is it not up there?
I see pictures, but no.
Wavy does it really weird. They like put it in a weird spot. Yeah, you have to if you pull it up.
Hang on one second.
Can you see this?
No, hang on one second.
No.
That's like the mobile video. Let me share.
Oh, I guess it's different on there.
Oh, here we go. Here. It was playing in like the corner.
Oh.
Okay.
The home invasion haunting a tight-knit community in Sussex County. The victim, a 75-year-old woman.
And this case has shaken people in Wakefield, and even with a $50,000 reward, no suspect in this case yet. 10 to your side's Andy Fox has a look at how you can help solve this cold case. Andy?
Judy Baldwin gunned down in her home, 75 years old, with grandkids and great-grandkids. She was full of life, active in the community, a Sunday school teacher, Bible study in the summer, and then 2 years ago, tomorrow, it all came to a tragic end.
There is something rotten in the town of Wakefield. Things unsettled. A cloud hovers after evil paid a visit to Judy Baldwin's home, October 24th, 2023. Her sister, Judy Presson Baldwin.
That morning after it happened, my daughter came to my house, 6:30 in the morning, and said, Judy's dead and Danny's hurt in the hospital.
This is scene video from 2 years ago. According to Sussex County Sheriff Ernest Giles, two men entered Danny and Judy Baldwin's home through the garage, went through an open door, and shot Danny Baldwin twice. He survived. Judy, unfortunately, shot once, died instantly. Judy's identical twin, Jane Presson Franklin.
She was probably up reading. Then her husband was screaming, "They've shot me, get out," and to get out, she had to come toward them.
And he hollered at her, said, Judy, they're going to kill us. And like I said, I think she came out that room and saw him and turned back and he shot her in the head.
The sheriff says these two people caught on surveillance camera are persons of interest, and Danny still hasn't returned to the home. How could he?
He has to live with somebody else. He doesn't go anywhere by himself. Paranoia, you're always looking to see.
2 years later, family frustrated. A rage of frustration.
I consider rage as a feeling, helplessness, because no one has ever been brought to justice.
Even with a $50,000 reward for information leading to successful prosecution. Sheriff Giles says the answers can be found in the Wakefield community.
We have some individuals in this community that know what went on. We need them to come forward and help us to bring these people into custody.
But the wheels of justice turn slowly for the Baldwin family in pain, and they are not pleased with the sheriff's efforts so far.
I just stop calling, but nobody tells us what they are doing or not doing. It's just like we're off the face of the earth now.
Sheriff Giles, aware of that family frustration, and emailed us. Through our ongoing investigation and numerous interviews, the sheriff's office has identified persons of interest connected to this case.
We need our community to step up. We need our community to talk.
We just have, yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. Well, that don't cut too much.
One thing both sides agree on, the tragedy has changed what was once a sleepy little town.
You know, you don't have to lock your doors, but you do now. It's just not the town we grew up in.
We need closure in this community. Ever since this happened, I can tell there's a little separation in the community. Too many negative accusations, too many negative thoughts. We need to bring it back to like we used to be.
Today, the reflection in the mirror returns a similar image of a missing twin sister murdered.
You never get away from it, because when you look in the mirror, you see your deceased twin sister.
I'm asking God why, but my prayer is that these people will not hurt anybody else. It's too late for us, but not to hurt anybody else and come to justice so we know why.
Now, Sheriff Giles tells us Virginia State Police and the FBI are assisting Sussex County Sheriff's Office in this investigation. Please, please submit any information anonymously through p3tips.com or by calling 434-597-4400. There is a $50,000 reward. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
If you're...
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
It's so weird seeing it, like that type of video and like my town in the video. It's weird because it's like very like dramatic and cinematic, and you know what I mean? Like they did the drone and everything, which is good because we're such a small town. Like we don't get attention like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, but you could see where the garage was open. And then the front door is like right beside the garage. So for them to go through the garage, I would imagine there would be an entry door. Like, you know, you walk through the garage, you go in through that door. So I don't know like the exact layout of the house, but from what that said, you know, I would imagine if she's trying to like come out of whatever room she's in, she really has nowhere to go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why we even know that the point of entry was the garage door was because Danny lived. He survived. So I guess he was able to actually tell them, you know, what happened.
Was the garage door a entry that they often used, or?
I don't know, but I would think so. I mean, I could find out, but I would think so, especially for their garage door to be open at that time. I would think maybe they even had something blocking their front door. You know, like a lot of people out here in the country, like we're like, you know, you only use the side door type person. You know what I mean? Like you might put up a china cabinet in front of one of the doors, you know? So I don't know specifically, but it could be. And then you saw the sheriff. So that's Sheriff Giles. So again, I love him, but
is your town mostly white, black, or mixed?
It's mixed. Totally mixed.
And is this maybe a white versus black thing? Because that's kind of like the vibe he was given was like maybe, you know, maybe all the white people are suspected and all the black people or something like that. And that's just the, you know, as an outsider knowing nothing about this, that's kind of the vibe I get. And
is that the vibe you got?
Yeah, that's really sad.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that is unfortunately kind of the vibe. Now,
because that just perpetuates racism, you know?
Right. Yeah. That has been since day one. I was in the gas station and I remember a local lady said something about, because there were rumors going on that it was a white boy. A white boy did it. And I remember this lady who I adore, so I'm not even going to say her name, but she was like, I'm just glad it wasn't us. Like, you know, so it don't even come over and like look at us, you know, it's not us. And I remember being like, God, like, it's really early to say that anyway, like, you know what, unless someone actually physically saw them, and gave a description. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely, I don't know if it still is, everyone feels that way. But that was definitely a topic of conversation, because we have a lot of older white folks here, and I love them all, but there has been a bit of a divide. Like, so in the center of town, it's everybody's hanging out, you know, but then we have one area off the like corner of town that is primarily older Black families who have been there forever, you know, and they've raised their, you know, generations and generations there. And then we have the same thing on the other side. And then in the middle, and kind of like, you know, certain roads are.
Oh no. Hi, allies. Welcome. I lost my friend.
Was that me?
I don't know what happened.
I didn't do anything. You disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where you were though. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't know what happened. But yeah, there
You were just gone for a second.
There's been definitely like a divide in that sense. I mean, not on my part, because I hang out with everybody. Like,
right.
I love my town. I hang out with absolutely everyone. But
I mean,
but not everyone in town does.
Yeah, it is. My friend Ollie said she went Gone Girl for a second. This girl, All Eyes on Delphi, she's like an internet sleuth that's just.
That sounds right up your alley.
Oh yeah, she's right up my alley. I follow everything she does. She's like queen.
That's awesome. I'll check her out.
Yeah, but so anyway, race is a good way to narrow down 50% of the population about you know, who might have done this, you know, but with those photos you can't really tell, you know.
Yeah, I can't tell. I really can't, because they're so covered.
Yeah. And maybe putting a little pressure on them will help make them come out with more photos, maybe a video, because the way you walk can tell a lot about you too. You know, just like, speaking of Delphi, you know, like you know, it could.
Sure. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
That had a lot to do with that case.
Yeah. So
I agree. I think everybody would love to see, but the problem is, like, and the family talked about this a lot at the vigil, that they keep hearing from the sheriff's department or whoever the investigators are. I don't know if they've heard from other people. Like, we're almost there. We almost got it. Just, you know, a couple more weeks, couple more months. But it's like, okay, but now we're into 2 years. So it's like the family's kind of just sick of it. And they're like, just fucking tell us something.
And yeah, maybe let's try to gather some more information and come back to this, because I want to find out what information they have. You know, even if they don't give out the information, they can tell us what they have, at least a little bit of it, to find out more. If we could get a video of the way they walk, we could share that. You know, there's a lot of things, you know, that we could.
Yeah, and hopefully if we could get some more information. The biggest thing is, like, I want everyone and their mother to know about this case, because there are people out there who know something. They were told something, or they, you know, something was whispered to them, or they overheard something.
Yes.
And if you're not going to do it just to do the right thing, do it for the $50,000 reward.
Yes.
Like, fine. That's okay. Like, I don't care. That's what it's there for.
Yeah,
you know?
and you'll be anonymous, you know, and it could change your family's life, especially in this, I hate to say it, but in this time that we're living in, where they're cutting off food stamps to people, you know,
Yeah, and no one would be mad at that. That's why the reward is there. So just freaking call. Like, even if it turns out to be something that you just overheard, it could be something that you think is totally minor, isn't real, someone was just joking, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, just call it in. That's all you have to do. And again, and it's anonymous. So, like, why not?
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, we'll try to get some more info.
Yeah,
and
and maybe
we can
if it, if anybody knows anything, comment on this video. If anybody wants to come on, if anybody's part of the family and wants to speak on it, we're welcome.
Yeah.
And try to get some more information and at least maybe put some pressure on the police department. And I want to know exactly how they are. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that they have info and could be helpful. That's very true.
Yeah, I was just reading that.
Yep.
Absolutely. They have no idea.
Yeah. And maybe we could ask the police department how are they helping? How are the FBI helping? Are they, I want specific information, with seeing what happened in Delphi, I want to know, they were very selective about what the FBI helped on, and they selectively, you know what I just thought of that's really not that good? What if there is some kind of corruption and they're covering for somebody? What if it's like a family member of like of a sheriff or a mayor or something like that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm from here, so I hope and pray that is not the case. I don't think it's the case, but that thought has crossed my mind before, where I'm like, I don't know, even though I feel like I know my county very well. I see cases all the time where things like that, it shocks the community, So I really hope that that's not the case, but I think you're right to point it out that, could it be, because 2 years, dude, like.
And you know what else has been under the surface for a long time is this corruption for football players and shit. This football corruption,
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole sports corruption thing happening, that if people are good at sports, they try to cover up whatever crimes they committed,
Yeah. And I don't know. I can't speak to it because I'm not sure.
And we don't know who these people are.
I think it's fair to look into it.
Yeah. So maybe after we do this video, we'll share it. I don't know if if you're in any Facebook groups from, or your town or your county or whatever.
I made one after this happened. So like the main Wakefield group is my group, because I was like, can we stop with all the rumors? Can we just start just talking about what's actually going on in the town? And now it's turned into just like a town group where we share events and stuff like that, and we shared the vigil and all that. But yeah, so I'll definitely share this here. And then you just do your thing, look into it.
Yeah.
And this girl too.
Oh my God.
She wants to.
Yeah, if she wants to. She said letting law enforcement know what trade-offs you're willing to make can be helpful too, because sometimes they don't feel comfortable taking risk without a green light. So yeah, I think if the family is supportive of them pushing out more information, that could help too. So
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And that's what sucks is I don't know how much information the family even really has, but I don't think it's a lot because of them doing the interviews and everything, and they're obviously frustrated. So
yeah, well, share if anybody wants to, share their story. I'm here. I'm down. I'm down to uncover some corruption for sure, especially if it's corruption.
You're gonna start looking specifically for corruption. If anyone in Wakefield is watching this, I'm not investigating you. I promise. It's her.
No, no, and I'm just a nobody. I'm just, I just the more eyes that are on it, the more help, So
yeah, I'm hoping that best case scenario, someone sees that the vigils aren't going away, the news crews are not gonna stop coming out here. I'm not going to stop talking about it. The family's not going to stop talking about it. It's ending up on YouTube. It's, you know what I mean? It's not going to go away. It's not just going to be never going to happen. So yeah, that's the most important thing for me with doing, with talking to you about it, is that everyone knows, I don't care what platform it's on. I don't care how big, how small. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to just let it go away and everybody forgets. So yeah. So thank you for doing this. I appreciate
no problem. No problem. Maybe we'll come back with more information and we'll dig deeper because we're not gonna let it go. Yeah. And thank you all guys for being here. I really appreciate your support.
If she wants to look into this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm all about
it.
Dude.
it would take a 24-hour live stream for me to tell you some of the shit she has uncovered in Delphi. It would take.
Oh my God! I still want to do a Delphi live.
Well, then
it doesn't even have to be a live. I just want to like talk about it with you.
Well, then let me know, because everybody wants me to talk about Delphi. I mean, not everybody, as in my 3 friends that I know that are involved in Delphi. But I haven't wanted to do it because I'm part of the Delphi community, and I just didn't want to use that to build my channel. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that to be, the basis of. I didn't want to capitalize on the backs of my friends. I wanted to do my own thing, and but I really, as somebody that doesn't know all the shit that I know, it would be interesting for me to like tell you what your reactions, because there's still shit coming out. Like, I watch these lives every single day. I'm in every single one. I'm totally obsessed. Like,
I would love
shit coming out every day, and so one of these days, whenever you get time, and I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday usually, but I do work every few weekends, so whenever we get time, but it will take like literally a long time. And
so maybe we should do it in parts.
Yeah, maybe
to break it up a little bit.
Maybe, but even one part is like, yes,
that's fine. Yeah, we'll figure something out, because I was very interested in the case, but it kind of like fizzled down, and I was just one of those where I just got busy and I stopped kind of like checking back up on it. So I would love to see like what I've missed out on.
Yeah, sure. I wish I could move past it, but it just, and then I don't know, it just is stuck in my brain,
Yeah.
And I
have cases like that. They just like stay with you. Like, once you talk about them, and you like spend so much of your time watching them and investigating them and looking at them and listening to them, and it's like it kind of I don't want to say consumes you, but it kind of does. Like,
it definitely has, and it's ignited this sense of justice in me, that I just want to get justice for things. It's like I just want to call out bullshit, and that's why I want to do this. There's this guy online that's bullying this girl, this All Eyes girl, and a bunch of other people too that cover Delphi, and he is batshit crazy, lunatic. I hate to derail this stream, but
oh no, you're fine.
Batshit crazy, and I want to do a video exposing him, because he literally has like, whenever I was watching his videos for like just a very short period of time, made me feel like I was fucking insane. And like, he's bonkers. He's wild. He just like, he'll yell at his audience. Like, have you ever seen like Gray Hughes, where he'll like yell at his audience and he's like that. And he's mean. He hates women. I just hate him so much. And
random dude?
Random dude that's obsessed with Delphi, and he's capitalized on the people that have there's a group of probably 3,000 or 5,000 people in America that Delphi has their hooks in, and every single video that comes out about Delphi, they have to watch it, and I'm one of those people. I'm guilty as charged.
I want to see.
But he is just, and I just, right before the stream, I posted on Twitter that, send me some unhinged videos of this guy, and I want to do a video of him. And then everybody's just like, don't do it. He's going to dox you. Don't do it. And that just makes me fucking want to do it more.
I know.
It just, I am so fucking, I just want to call this dude out so bad and just expose all his just dumbassery,
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I'm thinking about that too.
Make that a whole live, just like all of his bonkers videos.
Like,
but
but people are saying he'll dox me and shit, and I don't know what that means, but like, I don't really care,
Like, it means like internet bullying.
Well, I don't care.
Well, maybe a little bit more intense. Like, maybe like look into like your personal life and stuff. Maybe.
But like, my kid is grown. Like, we have just adults living here. And I'm just like, if they want to swat me, like, that's all. Like, that's the worst.
I don't think that people can even get away with that anymore.
Well, they just did it to a girl. It wasn't him. It was the cop from Delphi. But yes, they swatted a girl. Yes. me and you got to go down a big rabbit hole at this, and I really hate to derail this live stream for the purpose of this lady.
This is what we do, though.
Yeah, but this lady deserves her own, thing, but
yeah,
yes,
that needs to be our next video.
Then you just need to get time.
I know.
You need to make time on a weekend,
everything should slow down.
Okay.
In November.
Okay.
I've just been. It's been a lot.
Yeah,
There's been a lot going on. But everything's kind of starting to settle down a little bit, which is why I had an hour today for once.
Yeah. It would be nice to just unload about the situation.
Yeah, and as bad as it sounds, because I don't want to say I find enjoyment out of people's tragedies and stuff, but true crime is my down, it's something I enjoy. You know what I mean? It's something for me.
Me too. Yeah, and I just like to feel like people are getting their comeuppance, just like this whole Lauren hidden true crime situation. It just makes me just so happy that people are seeing her for what she is, and she's been just capitalizing on these victims and wanting to be a victim for so long. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've been keeping up with that drama, but
no, I've heard a little bit about it, but I don't know. I don't know as deep into things as
see.
You
I
do
need to get a life. No, you got little kids and stuff, but
yeah,
well, whenever you get time, just let me know and we'll put it on the schedule, and I can tell you all about it.
That sounds good. Yeah, we should just do a Emily just go off.
Yeah. Yes.
Go off.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yep. And I'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Love your face.
Love you. Thank you all, eyes.